Hey there, YouTube. Now, usually I think of myself as a pretty positive guy. You know, I don't let things get to me too much. Sometimes I'll be watching a movie and then I come across a certain writing decision where I feel personally disrespected by the fucking writers. Like, there's no way they expect me to believe this shit. And then from that point forward, I just... hating is now activated. And that's what happened today with this 2012 movie Contraband, and that's what we're gonna be talking about. It's not necessarily a bad movie. You know, it's almost like it was written on a short bus. It's not gonna make too much sense, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyways, literally every event in this movie takes place due to this dumbass nigga, right? The inciting incident in this film is him trying to sneak some contraband over to the States, right? But they get stopped by customs, so he has to dump all of the contraband overboard. So now he's back home without any drugs, and now he's like $700,000 in debt. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's brother-in-law comes up to him asking him to get out of the situation because originally, before the events we're seeing right now, he was that smuggling nigga. Alright, so they set the deal up in Panama to pick up the fake money from this dude. So I would imagine that everyone in the group, right, everyone that came along on this trip to purchase the fake money would be on the same page, alright? Let's show up, purchase this fake money. Especially that nigga Andy, because at the start of this, I don't know if you've forgotten already, but he is the reason why they are all in this situation right now. Just because they want to help this dude, okay? This fuck nigga Andy. So I don't think it's crazy to assume that no one in this group would do anything to fuck up this deal that they got going right now that's about to finish in a few minutes. Apparently I should be in a straitjacket for assuming some shit like that, because guess what this nigga Andy does? He fucking runs off with the money, bro. When that is the one thing they told him not to do. They're like, hey, sit here and watch the fucking cash.
Andy, stay in the van with the bag.
And guess what he goes to go do? He goes to buy some more fucking drugs. The same exact shit that got them in this situation, bro. It's like, right? So now this nigga Andy is nowhere to be seen. And just conveniently, almost like from the shitty writer's handbook, right? The dude they were making a deal with prior, you know, prior to them all finding out that the money was gone, he said, hey, S.A., I'll let you take all this cash for free. As long as you rob this armored truck with me, Holmes. And if you're watching this movie, you know, for the first time, you really had to turn your brain off at this point to enjoy it. Because now they're robbing this armored truck, okay? And don't forget, all because of Andy's fucking actions, they're robbing this armored truck that gets a whole bunch of, you know, heat on it. It's damn near on national news. If I'm not mistaken, there's like helicopters following this fucking truck around. Like, bro, it's a big deal. And you mean to tell me, with all the eyes on this fucking truck right now, none of the people working with the armored truck company are keeping a log of what's inside said fucking truck, right? So just keep that in mind, because they're eventually able to get out of there. You know, Mark Wahlberg and his boy, he's able to get out of there. But as they're getting out, they take this like $14 million painting from the back of this armored truck, right? So it might sound like I'm repeating myself, getting redundant, but I just want to make sure I'm not sounding crazy, guys. Like, if there's a $14 million painting in the back of that truck, someone should know where that is, right? At all times. Okay, that's established. And so now they're getting away, and then they eventually get back to the boat, but to be able to get onto the boat, they have to have one of the dock workers there hold off on loading like 3 of the containers, right? And so that flags, you know, the ship, that flags customs, and then they get the ship to check these 3 containers. And of course, Mark Wahlberg and company, they're inside one of these containers. And they eventually get to checking it, and one of the dudes just writes it off as a fucking tarp, right? He just disregards that $14 million painting as a tarp. And that is just so, that is just like, it's like the writers saying, fuck you, like fucking dick slapping you in the face. What do you mean? Like, I don't know how the port authority of that area doesn't tell that specific dock, right? Like that dock area, that there's a fucking $14 million missing painting that we gotta find, right? Like, why wouldn't they, like, why? Like, how the fuck was this officer, like, I don't know why it's making me so upset, but how the fuck did the officer just disregard this fucking painting as a tarp, bro? Like, I feel like way more people should have known about this fucking painting with how fucking popular that shit was. Like, bro, I gotta move on. All right, I'm editing this video right now, and I wanna extrapolate on that point. What I'm trying to say is, how in the living fuck doesn't that armored truck company let customs know that, you know, some of our shit got stolen, right? So you would assume that they're trying to leave with said stolen shit. So I would think that they tell like the port authority, hey, we got a bounty out for this one specific painting. Any suspicious activity, make sure to like double, triple check it, because that's probably where the painting is. Just don't be man. I hate movies that make the authorities seem like utterly incompetent, like, fuck. But regardless, the whole point I was trying to make with that is that painting never gave him any real issue, right? It gave him no issue at all, okay? Another situation that I just cannot get behind, especially after seeing that stupid painting shit, is how inefficient these niggas move, right? So they secure the money and the painting, right? But they gotta move it to a spot to where it's actually gonna be hidden, just not inside a storage container. And this is a situation where they should be moving quickly, because like I said, the container they have all their shit in was flagged earlier, right? So I would imagine if you're trying to get something from point A, aka the shipping container, to point B, your hiding spot, you should be moving like fucking King Julian. Like, I like to move it, like, move it, bro. But instead, these niggas are physically, these niggas are moving as slow as humanly possible, throwing only one stack of cash at a time. Like, what the fuck? You would be fired on the spot, bro, if I was your supervisor. I swear to God, if you're doing illicit activities this inefficient, bro, what the? Like, all of our lives are on the line right now. Fuck you mean, nigga, you're just moving in one stack at a time. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, they can tell me they can't double that shit up. One last thing I wanted to get off my chest is when I was doing the research for this film, I came across possibly one of the worst fucking trailers ever. Like, God, that shit sucked. So I'm a huge fan of, it's gonna sound like a bit like a non sequitur, but hear me out. I'm a huge fan of instrumental music and just like the feelings they produce, you know? Like, you listen to a soundtrack without words, you are just left with a specific feeling, okay? The point I'm trying to make is, for the tone to make sense, the music has to match the mood, right? I feel like that makes sense, but not to whoever directed this trailer. Like, I just gotta let you see it yourself.
You call your husband, tell him not to dump it in the water. Do you understand me?
That's the music I associate with like my first child being born, or like me falling in love, right? Not my wife being held for ransom. Like, it gives the same exact energy as this. Hey, so I know me and the staff and everything told you guys that just to have hope, just to really find it in your heart, and your child would make it through the surgery.
Oh my gosh, how are they?
But no, they didn't survive, no.